What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. What's up, Unique? What's up, Tammy? What's up, Alexis? Alexis, hey brother, happy to see you. I was about to come and find you. Yeah, I'm around. What's up, Annabelle? Y'all come on in. We got a fun topic for y'all today. Another piece of the puzzle. What's up, John? What's up, Brian? We'll give him another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. All right. How about we begin? This one's gonna be a fun one. Today we gonna talk about the bartenders and the freestyle calisthenics movement. So let us get started. We got quite a bit of information to cover here. Now, what is the bartenders? Of course, I need to tell you that the bartenders is a freestyle calisthenics movement that started off at the parks in Harlem, New York City, and grew into a global sport. You see what I'm saying? What's up, E.T.? And it grew into a global sport. You see what I'm saying? Now, motherfuckers all throughout the last decade has been setting up pull-up gyms all over the country and even all over the world. You see what I'm saying? They've even been featured in different magazines and sports magazine and it's a popular magazine that deals with health that they was in. You know, health is wealth. You see what I'm saying? Now, what is freestyle calisthenics? It is natural movement, also known as rhythmic exercises. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people like, what's the difference, Marvin? Well, between regular calisthenics and freestyle calisthenics. Regular calisthenics is just a series of base movements, basic push-ups, basic sit-ups, basic crunches. And after a while, you realize that shit get boring as hell because it ain't no rhythm in it, ain't no soul in it. It ain't no artistic expression. And that's why you end up hating that shit. That's why you end up walking to the gym detesting working out and doing all these cool things doing all these different things because it ain't got no soul in it. You see what I'm saying? It ain't got no art. It ain't got no expression. It's just you doing shit because you know you need to stay healthy. You see what I'm saying? And half the shit that you doing, you don't even know the science behind it. They give you the base science, but they don't give you the soul science behind it. So you don't fully comprehend what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? We're going to get into all that. I'm even going to tell y'all why y'all hate running in a second. So, yeah. Now, what is the purpose of freestyle calisthenics? The purpose of it is to build up the kinetic chain in every part of your body. What do I mean by that? In other words, you can exercise every part of your body, and this will stimulate and activate every aspect of your being from head to toe. Meaning that I can actually exercise my whole body from head to toe, right? And do it rhythmically and have fun with it and show it as an art form, like a dance performance. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. That's what you got going on here. So it's all about building that kinetic chain inside of you. You see what I'm saying? So who started this bartenders movement? The guy's name is Hassan Yassin Bradley, aka Giant. He also created the Giant Thinking Movement, which is pretty much his non-profit organization to help build up the minds of the melanated youth and the melanated people, period. You see what I'm saying? You know, they stationed in Harlem, New York City. You see what I'm saying? You know, and they've grown big. One of their logos is Mind Up. See what I'm saying? I took it a step further. Hashtag Mind Up, Body Up. You see what I'm saying? If they ever see this, they can use that term if they like. Now, what are the different types of freestyle calisthenics? You see what I'm saying? You know, well, what's the different types? Let me go over here real quick and drop them for you. There are 13 natural movements. They tell you it's 7, but I broke it down to 13 for reasons I'm going to explain. 13 natural movements: push-ups, pull-ups, squats, lunges, jumps, dips, planks, which is core strengthening exercises, sit-ups, which includes sit-ups, crunches, aerobics, freestyle aerobics, isometrics. Isometrics is like damn, I knew I would forget it, so that's why I uploaded it, just in case I would forget. I knew I was gonna forget what the fuck that shit meant. I'm glad I wrote it down. Glad I screenshotted it. Let's see. Isometric exercise is a form of exercise involving the static contraction of a muscle without any visible movement in the angle of the joint. You see what I'm saying? So that's what isometric is. Like sitting down, holding yourself in stances, and extreme stances allowing your muscles to contract. You see what I'm saying? And that static contraction is causing your muscles to tighten up. So that's what isometrics is. Cardio. Now, I was telling y'all about cardio and freestyle exercises. Now, what we got going on here? We're gonna get to cardio in just a second. There's some things I'm gonna tell y'all about cardio, but shit, that's a whole fucking segment in itself. See what I'm saying? But I'm gonna introduce these people to y'all. I got a few videos for y'all I want y'all to check out, and I'm gonna show y'all what they about, and they're gonna explain to y'all a lot of things that should help with this whole exercise game. You see what I'm saying? They took it to a whole other level. So now then, what's up, Layla? What's up, Alan? Let's see here. Check it out. Yeah, see it? Let me make it a little brighter there.
teach other people, show other people. What we like to say is, you're not great until you make somebody else great.
It makes you feel good about yourself, and it makes you feel good that you know that you can show someone too how to make them feel good on their own.
Bartenders is about lifting that wall. That's what we say. Bartenders, you're not just pulling up your physical fitness, but you're pulling to the sky, unlimited potential. And we mean that. Say like lifting weights. Once you put them down, that's it. This is rich. I don't have to work out for 2 months and I'm going to look the same. This is natural condition. Help is wealth. Help is wealth. Bartenders basically use exercise as a metaphor.
He said health is wealth and movement is medicine. Movement is medicine. That's what they said. Health is wealth, movement is medicine.
Push it past any social barriers you may come across. Run to your goals and jump to reach your dreams. What made me start to study the body and study basically longevity in human life was my mother passed away when I was 5 years old from cancer of the cervix. So I decided to try to turn the stumbling block into a stepping stone. And it made me study biomechanics, kinesiology, nutrition. So that's where the name Dr. G comes from. Just the intense study of self and applying it to bartenders' natural movement system. I'm part of the advisory board for bartenders. Basically, I'm second in charge after Giant, and I also give all bartender members tips on health and nutrition and wellness.
I'm the state commander of the bartenders. I'm from Harlem, Manhattan, New York. And what the state commander does is I get all the practices together and the workouts, and I control the practice, and I train all of the students that come in, bartenders. I teach them how to do basic reps, basic sets, and I control and hold the practices to make sure that they qualify to be a bartender.
Nothing consists of anything that I don't like to do. As far as working out, and this is my lifestyle, why not teach this to somebody?
I am Hassan Yassin, the CEO and founder, the originator and the creator of the bartender movement, principles, concepts, and techniques. Bartenders' role and mission is to educate youthful individuals about the inner workings of themselves and their environments through natural movements. Exploring the principles of agility, breathing, creativity, discipline, endurance, flexibility, grace, power, strength, and teamwork.
Bartenders use exercise as a metaphor for life, highlighting the mind as the strongest source of all muscular activity.
Advocating the reality that health is wealth and movement is medicine. The bartenders are pragmatic practitioners of the original and innovative exercise concepts.
It's a misconception that we're shady. It's far from shady. We're actually out there uplifting the community.
You're not known for smacking somebody upside their head or killing anybody or known for your guns. You're known as pulling up, working out on these bars, physical fitness, health. Something that you can carry for the rest of your life.
I love that misconception because that misconception gives me the opportunity to educate. Bartenders is not a jail workout. Bartenders is the original workout of the indigenous man. What do I mean by that? In the pyramids in Egypt, they have pictures of people doing natural movements. Notice I didn't say calisthenics. I said natural movements. Pushing, pulling, rotating the body, squatting, lunges. These are natural movements that man's been doing since time immemorial. Anybody who knows about the physical body knows before you start to load the body with any external weight, you must eliminate all weak links in the kinetic chain. And you can only do that through natural movements. It's a new face. We're changing the paradigm of fitness. It's a lifestyle. It's not going around. Oh, it's a jail thing. When I first started this, it's a jail thing. Really? Exercise is a jail thing. I know why you're saying that. Tell the truth. Why? Why? Because you know you can't pull up your body weight. Tell the truth. Just say you want to go to the gym and lift weights and build your body fast. Tell the truth. Just say I can't pull my body weight up.
I have never been to jail. I haven't done any time in jail. I didn't get my body and my work ethic. Yeah, I did it here, outside in the street, in the world, on my own. And I hate that stereotype because I don't come from that. All my other brothers don't come from that. You don't necessarily have to work out in jail. And we come out here because it's fun. It's the park. Sometimes we have our children with us, and we kill two birds with one stone. I got my daughter out here with me, running around playing in the park while I get my session.
It go on and says, you know, do not come in the parks without any children. There's some parks that see that, but there are some people coming in the parks doing negative things. But not when you see this. You know what we're here for. You know what we're doing. So many people that come to the parks with your children. This is something that has been tested by various professionals on various levels, and Bartendaz has passed that with flying colors. So those misconceptions give me the opportunity to enlighten and educate people about the indigenous movement of the original man. You first say I may be one out of a few million who has come out of a cocoon, called prison, ex-con, and has brought greatness back to people. I used to be a product of my environment, now I got a product for my environment. Who can do better than that? I'm safer than anyone else, and I'm here to bring life back to the park. So when you see the park and you see grown men in it, be happy that we're down on the corners chilling, doing nothing with our lives. And we're in the park, there gotta be something positive going on. And don't be scared to ask questions. Why are you in here? What are you doing? Why? Look at the word learn. The key word in learn is earn. So when you come earn some information to find out what you're doing before you judge us.
People love being around greatness, and that's what I learned. They love being around some great things. And like, you know, being with the Bartendaz and being with Giant is like the greatest thing that ever happened.
Giant is all those things. He's a leader. He's an icon. He's a brother. He's a father figure. That's why we even give him the name the Bar Father. Because he's the first one to bring a culture or a lifestyle to this natural movement in Western America. Right now we have people all over the world, from Africa to Brazil to Canada to England, France, who are following this movement. And they're following it because Giant has the ability to be so charismatic, so articulate, but at the same time, he has that street element. It's that combination of book smarts and I guess you would say hood smarts. And that's what makes him such a phenomenal individual. Besides his ability to navigate physically on the pull-up bar, he can also articulate. And this is something that is missing in our community. So Giant is a very rare individual in that sense. I got over 10,000 hours of pull-ups. And I have witnesses. What I love about me, I'll give myself the most credit for as a founder. Everybody I touch is great. I love saying that. Everyone I touch is great, and they don't need me any longer, and they can make other people great.
We hold most of the practices in the park. Right here is home for us. This park right here, 144th Street, Lennox Avenue, this is the Mecca.
Pulling up, working out, showing them how that they could do better things than out here running around, being knucklehead. Put your energy into it. This is going to take all your energy. It's going to use it up.
Giant Thinking and Bartendaz program has been blessed with the opportunity to be in over 80 schools in New York City. We did 19 buildings on Rikers Island, 10 2 shelters for bad and women. All 3 Sparta juvenile detention centers, 7 hospitals, parades, Apollo, 22 countries. Now, why am I saying this? People are saying there is something that I want to tap into this great. I want to be part of this greatness. Sometimes our young people are full of energy and they don't know how to take that energy out. So sometimes some of the gang members or people out of control come to us. After they exercise for 2 hours, they too tired to go get in trouble. Now I got them mentally like, oh my lord, okay, Giant, stop talking. And physically they're like exhausted. This is a change for them. And guess what? Billy got 7 people following him that look up to this bad guy. Now that's what you're doing? I'm going back to the park with you. And before you know it, you're gonna set up a healthy influence. So now, somebody that I met at school wants to bring their friends to this place. I'm gonna be in the park. What park you going to? I'm at bartendersnyc.com. Go online and check us out. You got a 3-year-old. I'm bringing my kids. I didn't want to go, but now I'm gonna bring my kids. I seen 6 young ladies. I seen an 80-year-old man. Now it's cross-generational. Giant, there's no age. No, not on calisthenics. You can do this forever and never injure your body. Because you naturally, every day, do calisthenics. So now it's each one teach one, each one bring one. When's the next time we get together? I've never been around this energy, man. And I wasn't judged. And everybody was better than me, but I felt equal. I've never been a part of something where I'm like motivated to do the right thing. And that's what we want to do here, is invest in your greatness so you can tap into someone else's. For all people who want to get into this movement, remember that everything starts from the basics. Like Nike says, if you have a body, you're an athlete. Take time to exercise your mind and your body before you're forced to take time to the illness. But you can reach us at bartendersnyc.com. We are the originators of this style. Not a pull-ups, of this style. It's not chin-ups. We got the Marines calling us, the Army calling us. We must be doing something that they know about. The Olympics is like, okay, let's talk. It's all over the world. What we want you to do is mind up. We don't want you to be physically strong and mentally bankrupt because now you're going to come abusing people with your strength. No. There goes the language again. Feed your dome, protect your dome, and don't do dumb things. Invest in your greatness. And come take a healthy drink. It's the fountain of youth. Mind up.
So there y'all go. You heard what he said, the Olympics, the military. Everybody was calling them to learn that style of freestyle, that freestyle calisthenics. You see what I'm saying? Nobody was doing that before them. They started off in the 90s, you know, going to the parks, and probably earlier in that, 80s or 70s, going to the parks or whatever. And they brought this style, this science to the parks, and they began to develop on it. Well, Giant took it to a step further and created a whole movement on it, which he then called it the Bartenders. So check out what he says. Let's see here. Let's see. That's what I want to start. Where the name Bartenders come from? Now, let's see here. Drinks at the bar. John was 24 when he was released from jail. Because of his good behavior, he was granted work release for the final year of his 4-year sentence. Possession of a controlled substance led to his imprisonment. Though he maintained his innocence and said his only crime was being with the wrong crew, jail, he said, altered everything. It really terrified me and changed my life, John explained. I'm proud to say that woke me up. Behind those walls, he saw his friends and his elders. That was not a cool place to be, he said. I'm so thankful for being in jail. Who knows what would have happened to me if I didn't go to jail. There, he met men who posed to him philosophical questions. Who are you? And do you have freedom? They put me under their wing, put a book in my hand. They said, come to the library, he recounted. I decided to say, let me just look at the man in the mirror. And I didn't like what I saw. My mother didn't teach me to go to jail. When John got out, he had a different sense of self. I came out and said, I'm not going back. They led to self-empowerment speeches in neighborhood schools, community centers, and churches in an effort to prevent children from joining gangs and to steer them clear of alcohol abuse. All along, he had been doing pull-ups, dips, lunges, squats, push-ups, planks, and jumps at Harlem Parks, just as a way to stay in shape on a budget. Like many other residents in the New York City, he's been exercising or working out since he was 10 to 11 years old. So by the time the people actually started to take notice, he was in his late 20s, early 30s. Dr. G said. He later added the park became his sanctuary. The park became his refuge. That became his laboratory. Over time, Giant began to add his own flair, moving right to left on the pull-up bar, pedaling his feet. I'm going to show y'all that in a minute. Pedaling his feet as if on an imaginary bicycle, doing dips, spinning around the bar with his hips, flexors as the axis, simply to ward off the boredom of routine. See what I'm saying? That's what I was talking about. That's why most people hate base calisthenics and any other regular exercise, because it's boredom. It's the routine that gets boring. You see what I'm saying? And boredom leads to what? A drag inside of you. It starts to kill that spirit inside of you due to it being just regular shit. You see what I'm saying? Just day-to-day desert-like walking shit. You see what I'm saying? So now, let's see. One of the teachers in one of the schools asked him to put something together from the physical fitness side because a lot of the children were actually cutting gym. Dr. G said, Giant's initial response, I'm not a PE teacher. Days later, he was working out in the park when a neighborhood woman walked by. The story goes that she told him, every time I see you on the ball, you make me dizzy. I feel drunk watching you. And that's what gave Giant the inspiration for the name Bartenders and further inspired him to develop a physical fitness program for his neighborhood school. He took what he did in the park, Dr. G explained, and said, wow, in order to attract those people, that so-called at-risk crowd, he said, what can I do to keep these people interested? Giant gleaned from multiple sources, creating something uniquely his own in the process. It was urban, it was cool, it was breakdance, it was cutting edge, and he's telling you something about using your mind. He's not just strong intellectually, but stronger than anybody else in the room. Dr. G recounted, the message was clear. Put us on the right bars instead of wrong bars. Dr. G said, have these drinks from the fountain of youth as opposed to going to the bar on the corners. He noted, where we live, there's a bar on almost every corner. The idea is to use words the audience already knows and turn them on their heads. You see what I'm saying? So that's where it came from. That's where it came from right there. That's where it came from. That's where the term came from. He met a woman in the park and it made her dizzy. And he was like, it made her dizzy, it made her drunk. And he was like, okay, bartenders. Alright, I'm a bartender. I'm serving you an experience that makes you drunk or high. And you see what I'm saying? So now, I'm going to show you all a couple of pictures of them, and then we're going to get into the actual exercises. Let me see. They also teach martial arts, which we're going to get into some of that also. So they go the sister and the homies getting it in the park, and they go to the teacher to the right there, or y'all left, whichever way, teaching the martial arts. Let's see here. They go to homies right next to Giant, and they don't even know this metaphysical. Adonadis, Pingala, Giant is the center, and the bar is the crown. And they made it blue for truth. So yeah. So definitely. There you go. Next. Here go Giant with some of his people, the homies and the ladies. Mind up. The mind up movement. And of course, him with just the homies. Now, let us continue here. Now, oh yeah, here go their sign. Bartenders, Giant thinking, and notice He's working out, but he got his light bulb in his head, meaning he conscious. You see what I'm saying? He conscious of who he is, knowledge of self. See what I'm saying? So now, let us continue on with the next video. Let's see, here we go. Check this out. He just got a gym now.
Welcome back to another video on Rip Right HD. And today I'm in the concrete brick with my boy Giant Man Bartender stand up. I'm gonna do a couple of sets on each bar in here, each bar thing. So we got like the 8 feet, the 10 feet, the 9 feet. So follow me. هذا حد العالم هذا طالق هذا راس Bartenders. Salute that mind. Yo, we got Big Giant. We're gonna take a walk through the grits and concrete, man. Alhamdulillah, first this is personal. Look at this, Sean. This is personal. Me and my brother Sean Barton. This is Grit City Concrete Jungle. This is my partner Sean. Sean, whenever you come in here, man, sign up. It's $150 a month if you can't afford it. It's $25 a day. And I'm telling you, what you're gonna get in here is gonna be well worth it. I appreciate Rip Right coming through. This is some of my artwork. This is personal. You know how I feel about lining up using your mind in purple, right? This is important, man. Especially talking about seeking knowledge from the cradle to the almost good ideas on hell. That's where it starts. Movement is missing, right? See my mind? Great. Common city, man. Great city. Look at that trip. He the only one that I know that don't get nothing but his own. That's how you gotta do it, man. That's my first, man. You gotta support yourself from Nike. I appreciate Nike and the support you first, man. From Nike.
Nike is the God of victory, or God is a victory.
This world movement is medicine. And brother Sean, a whole bunch of teams from Nike and put that together for us. So you see Barbara, man, we got low ball Barbara. If you 3 feet, we got you. If you 8, 9 feet, we got you. So bars for days, weights for days. 1, 2, 3 right here. 6 just right here in the corner. There's at least 25, 30 people on this. Not counting over here, you got the 8 and 9. 8 and the 9 feet goes with the rings. All the way to the second. Get low and low. Every height. Your bars, 10 feet. Weights, how you get them, man. Low bars, basketball court. We got our ski machines. We got our row machines. A bunch of Deborah and much space for Florida, man. So Rip Right, we ready to come get Rip Right? Make it at the Grit City. Yeah! We're gonna take y'all to the oh yeah, we got the youngins. You know,
Watch the kid get down.
We're gonna give y'all 1,000 cents, right? We have a lot of youth activities in here. So my son Giant's gonna be the teacher in the first 6-year-old bartender class with the youth. Say salute that minds. They're gonna get bartenders. Round up and straight up. Ready? Matter of fact, make everybody work, man. This is my son. He's out there. He's in. Ready? Up. And up. Turn over. Straight legs. That's balance, baby. Balance. Look at it. Bring it back. Come down and go. Look at the camera. 5 push-ups. Salute. Nice. Get money, Giant. We got baby Giant in the building. So we got Giant back on the bars. Nice. Alright, we're gonna take that walk through the whole brick concrete. Yo, Giant, I should have This is
Check him out. how I go. Check this one out. Everybody showed up for this one. I'm just gonna show y'all a little bit because it's about 20 minutes long.
Giant, talk to the people, man. Let them know what's getting ready to go down.
Let's go, bro. We have less getting money when you make a bank account. 381 Canal Place. The Bartenders Grid City. Home of free movement. Mental empowerment. Bartenders originators. Bodyweight exercises. Let's drink at the bars. We're going to do some fundamentals first. Then we're going to turn it up into some progressive movements. No muscle ups. All incredibles. Mind up. Let's get money.
Rhythm and soul. Look at the control.
Stop.
That shit crazy, right, y'all? I stopped there because it's a 20-minute video, but y'all seen the coolness of what they was doing. There's one more I wanted to show y'all, and that's the floor game. Them doing push-ups, a stylized version of push-ups. Check this out. Damn. And didn't even break his rhythm. Damn. He doing isometrics. Damn. There y'all go. That's what we mean by freestyle calisthenics. Y'all seen it for yourselves. You see what I'm saying? You seen it for yourself. Now, I told y'all we was gonna talk about cardio next. You know, why you hate cardio so much. And cardio is you running. You know? Now, most people will tell you that cardio is based off you supposed to be getting in shape with cardio. You know, I'm here to tell y'all, that's not what cardio is for. You see what I'm saying? Cardio is about controlling the breath. It's a science and practice of controlling the breath when you in extreme motion. What do I mean by that? That means when you under intense pressure of movement, then you supposed to control your breath as you run. That's why you hate the run, because they don't teach you how to control your breath when you run. You see what I'm saying? You're not just supposed to be you're supposed to control the air. Actually, the secret is the faster you run, the slower you breathe. And where do you breathe from? You breathe from your diaphragm. Because your diaphragm is actually your lower lungs. You see what I'm saying? And what's going to happen here is the more you run, the faster you breathe, the more you run and the slower you breathe, you're going to notice that your diaphragm is going to store up that breath, and you may run 20, 30 yards, a 20, 30 yard sprint, and you only breathe 3 times. Versus how they teach you in regular cardio, they just tell you to run. You know, just run until you get there, and you be burnt out. But see, when you practice to control your breath, when you learn to master your breath with running, then you can run back and forth, and the spirit and you gonna notice that the spirit of exhaustion, you leave it behind. It's not till you stop running till you feel the spirit of exhaustion catch up with you. No lie. And I got a video for that where the homie, you know, we're gonna get into the 52 blocks as well, where the homie talks about the homie 60-second assassin, you know, who's part of the Wu-Tang clan. He talks about the 52 blocks, and he also talk about breathing properly. You see what I'm saying? While running. You see what I'm saying? So here we go. Let me see. There we go.
The only thing I don't do is run like they run. That's what he gonna get me at. With that wind shit. But then there's another side, breathing techniques that you can do. Yeah, there's breathing techniques that you can do. Also to limit the chances of the enemy attacking or getting the best. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can be fighting, you losing air, and then you get scared and shit. Now you losing more air. You smoking them cigarettes and shit, you know, or especially if you get to running and somebody after, you know, the police after you and shit, and you smoking cigarettes, you gonna stop. Most of the motherfucking enemies coming with the knife, ready to kill your ass. They running, they this far from you now, and they got the knife ready to kill your ass with their whole regiment, and you got cigarette smoking ass motherfucker. You're dead. It ain't that much. I don't care what you do. Ain't nothing gonna stop you from blasting through that shit that you put in your system.
For a second there you can see it, then it got dark. Hold on. Maybe it's the room.
Damn, you tired as a motherfucker. That's a hell of a breathing technique right there. You know, you would have to act. That's a hell of a breathe. What you do, ain't nothing gonna stop you from blasting through that shit that you put in your system. Damn, you tired as a motherfucker. That's a hell of a breathing technique right there. You know, you would have to actually run and at the same time slow down your adrenaline pump. Breathe real slow. While you running real fast, you gotta breathe slow. Fast you run, slow you breathe.
I'll call it back.
Now that's hard to do, because now it's gonna start catching up with you, because now you got the inner lungs, the lower lungs. They say, look man, fuck that, we can't hold this shit. But the higher lungs is saying, man, we got this. But the lower lungs is taking all of the heat.
Your lower lungs is bigger.
Fuck that, man, I can't hold it. So it's busting out from nowhere. The air is coming all out of your skin. You're trying to control this air that you consume by being able to do things and running and being, but you getting all out of control. The object is to control the air. I said the object is to control the air, not to let the air go all which way. And I don't care if you do 1,000 blows or whatever, how many blows you do, you know what I mean? You know, it's a lot of shit that I shouldn't be saying because I'm giving away a lot of secrets. Yeah, I I'm truly a master. I've been doing this for years. My name is 60-Second Assassin, you know, and I've been doing this thing here, man, that what we call, you know what I mean, getting down, really fighting. I'm talking about real jailhouse fighting. Here's the thing, around my way, we call it 52 blocks. Now, a lot of people talking that 52 block thing, man, but they ain't really doing that thing right. Or they ain't really, don't really know the people who really invented that 52 block, where that started from. That really started from jail hard knocks from back in the day, like early 70s, late 60s. They even went back, but it really, that style of 52 block of mastering it, that really came out from the 69, 71, 70s and all that. Like, I'm not even going to see, I can name a name, but I don't really want to even go into. You had famous motherfuckers that was good with that, like Big Wise. You know what I mean? Or should I say, and his man, Glass Man. Niggas who was really nice with that. You know what I mean? I've been around these dudes. You know what I mean? Or had a chance to meet them one time in my life or 2 times or another. You know what I mean? I done met Snake. You know what I mean? I'm talking about real people that, you know, that really put it down in their hands real quick. They had a method to talk to you. Yeah, I'm demonstrating now. They had one guy who could talk to you, but your shoestrings is, you know, and he'll go down like that, but why ain't he doing that? He done tapped you with this and that, and then came around over because he's throwing you off with his words. And he'll say, but no, but the shoestring come out this way, bang, and hit you that way, and come back around this way, boom, and catch you that way. See, that's like what we call back in the days. What he was doing was that calm stop thing. That calm stop, that bomb, they catch you in the knee.
It's picking a bad time. Hold on.
You know what I mean? Or should I say, and his man, Glass Man. Niggas who was really nice with that. You know what I mean? I've been around these dudes. You know what I mean? Or had a chance to meet them one time in my life or 2 times or another. You know what I mean? I done met Snake. You know what I mean? I'm talking about real people that, you know, that really put it down in their hands real quick. They had a method to talk to you. Yeah, I'm demonstrating now. They had one guy who could talk to you, but your shoestrings is, you know, and he'll go down like that, but why ain't he doing that? He done tapped you with this and that, and then came around over because he's throwing you off with his words. And he'll say, but no, but the shoestring come out this way, bang, and hit you that way, and come back around this way, boom, and catch you that way. See, that's like what we call back in the days. What he was doing was that calm stock thing. That calm stock. You had this calm stock, which was gladiating school, where they came low and high with it, boom. They catch you from the kneecaps, boom, 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 on up. You know what I mean? People don't know that history of fighting. It all was a jailhouse style stuff. It came from gladiating school, calm stock. You had brothers from, you know what I mean, Calisthenics, Attica, but man, they was really back in the 75 to 74 was really put it down. That 52 block thing, man, was real, man. I mean, nigga came through. He was liable to get put in the yoke and get put to sleep, man, and get a sting. When he woke up, his sneakers was off his feet. You know what I mean? Shit like that, you know what I mean? Your money walk around with your sneakers, but you can't. So many people got Adidas's back then. You know what I mean? You can't say those was yours. You know what I mean? Pumas and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? The nylons, the DVDs. You know what I mean? The BVDs and all of that. You know, we used to take the nylon shirts and stuff, the Parises and all that. We used to take the shirts and turn them into do-rag. You know, I'm going back in the history, you know what I mean? Well, a lot of niggas ain't touching right now. Ain't nobody never said that. I'm talking about jailhouse real big. A lot of people say, well, it ain't necessary right now, man. We doing it like this now. But, man, forget it, man. How you gonna know how to do it like that now if you ain't know where you came from? And that's real talk. You know what I mean? Just like you got this set right here and you got that set right there. But that shit came back from some original shit, some original black army, guerrilla army shit. You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is real where these brothers went out there and really did it, man. They really went out there and really did it. As opposed to y'all niggas cutting each other in the face and niggas just keep killing each other. You know, come on, think about it, man. Not to be stepping on nobody's toes and nothing like that, but man, all the war is to place yourself at advantage, man. You know, not kill yourself. I don't need my motherfucking brother killing me. I need that nigga to be with me. I don't need nobody killing me. So we studied all the fighting. You know what I mean? We've been doing this came from the hood. You know what I mean? This came up from the hood. How could we, perfect the fight? Because, back then, you could get a fair fight. But you just know how to perfect the fight. You had to know how to do that, you know what I mean? And it took years, man. We used to sit up there and we used to hit each other. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go for the body. Body shot. Boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to hit this man, but boom, I'm trying to break him down. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? I'm trying to break him down, but it's hard, because I'm trying to show him, man, you ain't hurt me. And he trying to show, he trying to show me I ain't hurting him. So goddamn, I know damn well I'm hurting. So for years we did that, you know what I mean? Until it didn't hurt no more. When he hit me again, that's what we had this thing called cherry pickers. And just cherry pickers, you know what I mean? All that, we did all of that, you know what I mean? That was going according to the jailhouse thing. How niggas explain this shit. And when you throw a quick jab, see, a jab is strong, but your defense always come back, you know what I mean? When niggas is playing with it, they ain't really don't know. I can ping back and block this way, I can come back and block this way. It don't matter, all this one can come that way. See, it's not about being pretty. All this was an art. Every motion that I made was for a reason, because I made you think. And all I did is turn around and hit you the blind hook. See, the hook is blind because I'm this way. You don't see that hook coming. All you know is when I come this way, boom, that shit is already there. See, so a lot of people think they know it's a lot of real secrecy about this 52 block thing. It ain't about, everybody thinks about 100-something blocks, and it's like thousands of blocks, you know what I mean? We call it the 52 block because the motherfucker only perfected 52 of them that he put together in a single fight. And really blocked the nigga shit. That was really dead, but recognize what was happening. You had to be back in them times to know what was happening. How you ask you a question.
Who taught martial arts to the clan?
What's his name? Oh man. He's in one of their little Chinese dude, man. I know brothers mess with this Chinese guy.
Is it
Sophia Chang. Yeah, him Sifu. I know brothers is dealing with that guy, Sifu.
That's in Shaolin, like Shaolin.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Brothers don't be, I gotta be showing them a little something. As far as I know from back then, I know him, and me and him had met on several occasions. He says, I was like, yeah. And I was showing him, like, where I come from. I took 52 block and turned it into because I know the art too. So I always knew the art. I studied Tai Chi, Taekwondo. I studied sticky fingers, Wing Chun, which is sticky fingers. It's a form of Wing Chun. I studied Jiu-Jitsu. So I took Jiu-Jitsu and turned it into karate, fighting, but I'm saying peace, man.
You let it go after that. So yeah, as y'all can see, he told you at the beginning. I'll let you watch the whole thing because we're gonna get to the 52 blocks as well. In the beginning there, he told you that you gotta control your breath. You don't supposed to be letting it go. So where do you have to put it? You have to put it in your lower lungs. And he said what? You gotta control your adrenaline pump. What is adrenaline? Adrenaline is this chemical in your body that unlocks the hidden potential of this human body. You see what I'm saying? It's the chemical inside of you that unlocks the hidden potential in your body. You see what I'm saying? That's what adrenaline does, right? So he said it. You gotta control your breath when you run. Control it. So he said the faster you run, the slower you breathe. So if you sprint, you're supposed to be breathing as slow as possible, and that controls the adrenaline pump inside of you. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're using your adrenaline, you enter the flight or fight mode. And when you use that, you expend a lot of energy at an accelerated rate. See, this is what cardio really is, true cardio, or the soul cardio. You see what I'm saying? You expended all the energy out of your body, but actually you're supposed to breathe slowly. And shit, you get so good at it, after a while, you notice that you can run 30 to 40 yards and you only breathe like 3 or 4 times. Yep. Cause your lower lungs store that energy up. your diaphragm. And when you need to breathe, you receive some of it. You receive some of it. You tap into that reservoir of air, and you release it, and then you restore it back up again as you run, because you're running fast, but you breathing slow. And that's what he was saying here. That's the secret to true cardio. Like I said, cardio ain't got shit to do with getting in shape. Cardio is about controlling your breath up under extreme circumstances, especially extreme movement, extreme motion. So like he said, the homies running and fighting and all that shit, but they ain't got no breath control. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to control their breath in their motherfucking diaphragm. They don't know how to store it up in their diaphragm and use it. You see what I'm saying? So they burn themselves out. Because if you can only stay in the flight or fight mode for so long, in a base situation, if you're just using it, regularly. But if you learn to control your breath with it, you can store up a reservoir of air or chi inside of your diaphragm, life force inside of your diaphragm, that you can call upon. That second wind that you can call upon when you need the most, while you're running, while you're fighting, and while you're doing any other extreme activity. So that's what true cardio is. You see what I'm saying? That's soul cardio. So these are what the homies tell you. You see, that was an actual account. See, they got us away from listening to our fellow brethren and sisters, especially our parents and predecessors. They took us away from that. Our oral accounts of what we learned in that generation, that don't mean jack shit in this system. Thanks to the United States Corporation and our other enemies saying that, it don't mean nothing unless it's documented. You see what I'm saying? But actually, in order to document something, you got to speak it into existence first. So oral always precede written. You see what I'm saying? You got to speak it out loud and to yourself first before you can write it down on anything. You see what I'm saying? So we was trained and taught, especially not to listen to any black man, woman, or child, melanated woman, or child. We was definitely trained not to do that. And so, because we was trained not to do nothing, trained not to listen to them, they kept them secrets to themselves, and they died with them secrets. And the enemy knows, the United States Corporation knows, that each man, woman, and child is their own universal library. So all the experiences that they acquire is their story. You see what I'm saying? They their own universal authors. So when they die, then you lose access to that particular library. You see what I'm saying? And our enemy knew this. And that's why he shits on the oral accounts. You see what I'm saying? Even though they was there and they experienced. How you gonna tell the motherfucker what he did or didn't experience? Especially when you got 3 or 4 motherfuckers saying the same thing all across the country or all across the city. You see what I'm saying? They ain't never met each other. So, and they still will discount it. Then they'll write it down and then they'll sell it back to you, just to let you know how treacherous they are. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you're dealing with here. So now, what is freestyle calisthenics got to do with 52 blocks? Freestyle calisthenics, where's that connection? Well, freestyle calisthenics, the bartender movement, is the athletic aspect to the 52 blocks martial aspects. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, he even said it was possible. I don't know if it ever got included in the Olympics. I gotta check in on that. But they was talking about the Olympics. But we know the military and everybody got their hands on it. And what I don't like about these motherfuckers, they go and learn it from us, and then they go and create shit. Build gyms, build pull-up gyms all over the country and world and shit, and they don't even pay homage to where it comes from. And it comes from the bartenders movement. So because a black man made it, a black man created this movement, created this style, and the black man, woman, and child revolutionized what y'all basic dry ass calisthenics that y'all was doing. And he came along with his rhythmic exercises, his calisthenic art. You see what I'm saying? His freestyle arts, and revolutionized it, and revolutionized base calisthenics, and it blew up. It became a global movement, because now after a while, you practice on for a while, you gotta put flavor into it. You gotta put some soul into it, some kick into it, or else it's gonna dry up. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna die out. It's gonna burn out. It's gonna be boring as shit. You see what I'm saying? So you put the flavor into it, the soul into it. Y'all can't tell me that when y'all was just watching this, y'all went like, damn, he could do that, or damn, he could do that. I want to do that. I want to be, or at least tap into that. You see what I'm saying? Because you was connecting with the soul of the art. Rhythm is soul, and soul is rhythm. And so that's why it's called rhythm and soul. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on here. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got going on here. Yeah, there you go, Alexis. You gotta tell them to write books now, cause in this society, your spoken word don't mean shit. Even though 15 other motherfuckers before you said the same thing. Now, let's see. Now, like I said, the freestyle calisthenics is the athletic aspect to the 52 blocks. It's martial aspect, right? And the 52 blocks was created by your homies and homies from down the street and up the block. You see what I'm saying? From around the corner. So definitely. But it's all one science. The calisthenics, 52 blocks, the meditations, all that. Now, what makes bartender special? Now, my homeboy, my homeboy, a few years back, a few months back, we was talking about this when I had came across it. And I was like, yo, you heard of bartenders? And then I sent him some video. He was like, oh man, I've been teaching, I've been studying and practicing there. I was like, oh, that's what's up. He said, but I was like, how long you been studying and practicing? He's like, I've been studying and practicing for about 8 years. And I was like, so how many people you came across? He's like, not many. I was like, so why? Why? It's such a powerful movement. It's global, but it's still seen. It's like underground global, right? It's global, but it ain't getting no like worldwide media. You see what I'm saying? It's like underground, like that most unknown level where people know it's there, but it ain't being talked about like that. You see what I'm saying? In the worldwide, in the mass media. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, so why is it? He said the reason why is because it takes a special type of person to practice it. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what you mean? He said you gotta have a certain level of soul and spirit to even tap into that. That's why. He said, because he taught it to people as well. He taught it to people. He said, I used to teach people calisthenics, freestyle calisthenics. And I noticed only the ones with a certain level of soul and spirit would fully tap into it, whereas people who weren't fucking with their soul and spirit or denying their spirituality and soulity, they didn't get it. They left it alone and went back to basic shit. You see what I'm saying? The basic practices. But for my people who was up on their soulity and spirituality, they loved it. They couldn't get enough of it. So really more freestyle calisthenics is the advanced mode. It's the advanced form of regular basic workouts. You see what I'm saying? Lifting weights and all that shit. I like lifting weights and everything too, but I can take freestyle calisthenics anywhere. I can get in the yard. I can get in at the movies if I need to. I can get in the bathroom. And he actually did get in the bathroom once when he came home. Because that was the only place for him to practice at the time. And my boy went in the bathroom and got down. So yeah. So he get in anywhere. And that's what this is. That's what this is. You can take freestyle calisthenics anywhere across the planet. Free movement. You see what I'm saying? Natural movement. Anywhere. And cause the world is your yard. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on with this. This is freestyle calisthenics versus base calisthenics. Base calisthenics just was supposed to teach you the basic push-ups and pull-ups and crunches and sit-ups. But freestyle calisthenics was supposed to come in and take it to the next level, where you get into the rhythm and soul of calisthenics. You see what I'm saying? And freestyle calisthenics. And and now the more soulful you become, you become more, your movements, you see how he was moving? Your movements become more fluid, more soulful, more rhythmic. Even your exercises, you see what I'm saying? You can just move like that. So, you see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here when you're dealing with that particular aspect. So yeah, and of course, it's a few books. If you want to check out a couple of novels for the 52 blocks, this one called Time Release by push and pull, a 52 block story or a 52 block novel. You know, when New York's top street sport competitor Sean is stripped of his title for misconduct, which was his bartender's title, he gets lost in the wilderness of the city. But when he stumbles into friendship with a skilled boxer and street fighter with unique skills, Sean finds a home where he can develop himself mentally and physically. Then, when a close family member is placed in danger and his life lies in the balance, Sean exercises what he has learned in order to combat an evil that lies ever so close to home. The race is on. There's one shot, one chance. For time release. So yeah, you can get this on Amazon. So next, you got another one. Real dope. Man, he really blowing on my phone right now, ain't they? I had to call him back. 52 blocks. Neighborhood Nights. See what I'm saying? That's also a dope book. Come to the party and fight. Explore the mystery of hip-hop's forgotten pillar, the martial. Breaking and b-boying has its roots in an urban fighting style that was used on the streets of New York. Neighborhood Nights is an urban action drama exploring the lives of black and Latino youth, pioneering the evolution of the 52 fighting style. Developed in U.S. prisons and penitentiaries into breakdance at the dawn of the 1980s. Follow the Creed crew as they become legends in the clubs and on the streets by trouncing a notorious South Bronx gang in a challenge that blurs the lines between fighting and dancing. The setting marks the end of the militant and quixotic 70s and the beginning of the materialistic and gritty 80s, the demise of the disco era and the birth of hip-hop. The transformation of gangs as a source of neighborhood protection into vicious and violent militia. These evolutions frame Prospect Heights' cultural landscape and deeply shape the people themselves. So definitely. Also another book. And then finally, this one real dope. This actually got the visuals. See what I'm saying? This actually got the visuals. This one called Framing 52 Constellation. All these books you can get on Amazon, by the way. And you know, you got different visuals. You know, yeah, you got different visuals there. Let's see here. And they got some of the movements, some of the techniques, you know. So you want to check out that aspect, the martial aspect to it. 52 blocks, you know. You know, just the homies teaching the way. Real cool, real dope book. Let's see. Another homie showing techniques. You know, niggas just getting it, just getting down. Don't let them tell you ain't got your own martial art. You've heard it here. My boy Ramel went in on it not too long ago, which was a direct interview, and he told you about the blocks. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Here go another one. And this one called what? A knee tap back fist. So yeah. You know, just a few, just so you can get an idea of what we mean by 52 blocks. You can get that book, Framing 52 Constellation. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yep. Why you hate the workout? Of course, I just covered that. There's no rhythm and soul, no flavor, just dry ass workouts. Yep. Now, when you're dealing with the soul aspect of it, when you get into the soulful rhythmic movements, the rhythmic exercises, the freestyle calisthenics, you notice that even when you're not practicing, you're doing it in your mind. Cause you tapping into the soul of this thing now. You ain't just tapping into the physical anymore. You've gone beyond that, or just the mental. You in the spirit and soul. You in the spiritual and soulful realms now. So you see it in your mind. You see you doing it on the astral plane, in the soul realms, getting it. You see what I'm saying? Getting it. So definitely. That's why this aspect is really important, and I really want to talk about it because it has many secrecies. Which leads to my next topic: body intelligence and intuition, known as psychophysiology or paraphysiology, or what they call parabiosis. Now, what do I mean by that? That means that the body, parabiosis is the study and practice of the fact that all living things have an intelligence and an intuition. You see what I'm saying? The body has its own mind. The cells in your body has intelligence and awareness. It can even speak to you about what to drink, eat, about what to drink, what to eat, how to move it, and of course, it can tell you why it's hurting and why you need to, and what you need to do to cure it. You see what I'm saying? What you need to do to cure it. Let me read that one more time. The body has its own mind. The cells in your body has intelligence and awareness. It can even speak to you. You see what I'm saying? It can even speak to you. Notice what I said. It can speak to you. You see what I'm saying? About what to drink, eat, how to move. And of course, it can tell you why it's hurting and what you need to do to cure it. You see what I'm saying? Your body has its intelligence. Because remember, your soul lives inside your body. So it supercharges your body's intelligence. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Hidden chemicals in the body and hidden glands in the body. Nobody talking about. You know, this parabiosis. You know, this physiology. Now, as Brother Wisdom once told us, the soul has a spirit, the spirit has a spirit, and the body has a spirit. See what I'm saying? So what is the body's version of the spirit? It is the conglomerate of all intelligences inside of the body. You see what I'm saying? It is the mass intelligence of the body. So this is what you got going on. The mass intelligence of the body. Now, of course, you got different chemicals in your body that are utmost important. Of course, I already went over adrenaline, which is the chemical that unlocks the hidden potential of the body. See what I'm saying? When you adrenalize, your body, your supercomputer comes online, and that's where it seems like you're able to do seemingly amazing things because you unlock that flight or fight mode. The trick is to learn to control that flight or fight mode by controlling your breathing and your state of mind. And when you're in this flight or fight mode, you can do those amazing things at will. So that's what adrenaline is about. That's what the secret of adrenaline is. Next, you got endorphins. Endorphins trigger a state of euphoria in the body, allowing you to surpass your limits. So that's what endorphins do. Then you got DMT, dimethyltryptamine, which is a natural chemical psychedelic in your body, which allows you to have psychic experiences. Next, you got serotonin, which regulates your energy levels during the day. Then you got melatonin, which regulates your energy levels during the night. Then you got melanocytes, which regulates, produces, and stores energy in the body. Very important. Melanin, baby. Then you got what you like to call mirror neurons or copycat neurons. And mirror neurons is what the mind sees, it can mimic, learn, and make it its own. You see what I'm saying? What the mind sees, it can mimic, learn, and make it its own. That's what mirror neurons or copycat neurons is. Whatever you perceive, you can mimic what you perceive, learn it, store it in your internal data bank, and then later on, as you will continue to develop it, you can make it your own. Like say for example, you was horrible at baseball. So you studied everybody, observed everybody, and learned their tricks and trades. You stored those in your internal data bank. And as you notice, when you start to practice, you would mimic them. You would mimic their movements at first. But after a while, you add your own style and technique to it. You see what I'm saying? So you made it. Next, you have mast cells, M-A-S-T, cells, which are solar genes. Now, these solar genes, along with the melanocytes, absorbs energy from the sun, which causes the melanocytes in your body to combust and superconduct bioelectromagnetism in the body, which supercharges your nervous system and other anatomical bodies or systems. You see what I'm saying? One more time. Mast cells, solar genes, absorbs energy from the sun, which causes the melanocytes in your body to combust and superconduct bioelectromagnetism into the body, which supercharges your nervous systems and all other anatomical systems or parts. You see what I'm saying? Next, of course, you got the pineal gland, which regulates your spiritual functions in the body. You got the pituitary gland, which regulates your propio-melanocortin signaling system in the body, which is your physical melanin network or your physical melanin body. You see what I'm saying? So definitely that pituitary gland is not really talked about at all, but it literally regulates your melanin network inside of you, inside your physical body. Next, the hypothalamus glands controls body temperature, thirst, hunger, and emotions. The hippocampus controls the intensity of your imagination and other visual faculties. So what I mean by that is you have your imagination, but it's your hippocampus that gives it life, that gives it that depth, that variety, that flavor, that soul. You see what I'm saying? That's what it does. So definitely. That's what you got. And finally, you have the reptilian brain, which what they falsely call the reptilian brain is actually your warrior mind. Now, what does your warrior mind does? It controls your instincts, heart rate, breathing, and your sense of balance or equilibrium. So there y'all go. Those are just a few of the chemicals in your body that does special things inside of you. See what I'm saying? So the human body is a very interesting organism, even though we know it's been compromised by archons, but it's still worth a look because you're living into it. It's still worth studying and practicing, but because you're living in it for the time you're living in it. You see what I'm saying? So definitely. But there you go. That's bartenders, baby. Mind up, body up. The science, how it works, where it come from, who made it, what you do with it, everything. You see what I'm saying? So, let's see here. I'll take one or two questions real quick. What's up, Daniel? Next is fast. Shit, I did a fast on Sunday. Yeah, fasting is powerful. Fasting is the practice of purifying the body naturally. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? What's up here, Christo? What's up here, Zach? What's up here, Judge? So yeah, what's up, Boffa? What's up, Helenice? What's up, Marshall? What's up, Sky? What's up, Dolph? So yeah, just a few of the teachings for the freestyle calisthenic movement. Hashtag mind up, body up. See what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go and get out of here today because I got motherfuckers calling me left and right, trying to let me see what's going on here. So with that being said, I'm Marvin Jones. You know, y'all check out the rest of my material on YouTube at the Middle of Now Order. All my other code lectures. Want to donate? That's cool. You can Cashapp me, mcjnetwork. You know, share this with your friends. Let them know what it is. Let them know what's going on. Always. And I'm out. Peace.